Hello, parents. Welcome to the Masterful Parenting Podcast. I'm Anne Alvares, parent coach, school counselor, and mother of two. Do you sometimes struggle with your parenting role? Do you notice that sometimes you're repeating patterns that you learned in your own childhood? Maybe you are carrying childhood pain that has not been healed, and you notice that it is showing up in your parenting with your own children. Perhaps you yell or get frustrated easily. Maybe you are directing them or telling them what to do all the time, and you notice that your actions are affecting your relationship with your children. Well, parents, I totally understand this. I came from childhood pain and I learned how to be a relational parent with my children. And I can teach this to you as well. This podcast is all about learning how to heal the childhood pain that we are carrying so that we can foster healthy relationships with our kids. Join us every week for a new show, and we will dive into the healing and the fostering of healthy relationships with our children. Hello, parents. Welcome to the webinar on the five love languages and how we give them to our kids for the School of Humankind. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, the five love languages to give our children. All right, before we start, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Anne Alvarez. I am a parent coach, a founder of the Masterful Parenting School program, a speaker, a podcaster, a show host, and I have a YouTube channel to help parents on their parenting journey. I'm a school counselor. I have been a school counselor for over 16 years. I am also the mother of two boys, ages 25 and 15. And my passion is to help parents break the cycle of their childhood and learn how to be relational parents. So, what is a love language? A love language is the way we feel most loved. The love language affirms our love for our kids and it gives the message that we love them. Love is the foundation of all our relationships with our children, and it's important to speak love with our words and our actions. And we all need the filling up of what I call the emotional bank account. We all have it, and we all need it filled up, but we have different ways of it getting filled up. So this is based on Dr. Gary Chapman and Ross Campbell, the five love languages of children. And these are the five love languages of children: physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and acts of service. So, physical touch. So basically that's, we do it a lot when they're little and when they're first born, there's a lot of holding, kissing, hugging, tickling, massaging, stroking your head, stroking their hair, high five as they get older. And then also kids might like soft toys, soft blankets, soft stuffies, because that's their love language to touch things. And as they get older, we can have like sports together because you're in close contact with each other. And also reading stories while they're on your lap or sitting really closely when you're watching a show or a movie. And then there's words of affirmation. So these are words of affection and endearment. Honey, sweetheart, I love you, smart, you're so smart. Words of praise, words of encouragement, words of guidance. And we use our words to motivate, inspire, and most importantly, we use our words to demonstrate love. Quality time. Quality time is we're looking at our kids when they're talking, right? We're attentive. We let them share their thoughts and feelings, and we listen attentively. And we have quality conversations that include storytelling, right? So you can tell stories about um, your childhood, things that happened that were funny in your life, and you plan time together as a family. If you could have like at least one day where you have family time. For me, it's Sundays. I spend time with my boys on Sundays. And that is really our time to bond. Go out to eat. Maybe we'll play a sport, maybe we'll play a game. But really, that is our connecting time. We still connect throughout the week, but that time is sacred. And we share your children's interests and also teach them about your interests because our kids want to know about us. And then we have gifts. Okay, everybody, who doesn't like to get a gift, right? But gifts really serve as an expression of love. And it's not for bribery, it's not as a payment for your children doing things. It's really coming from a place of, I love you and I want to show that I love you. And it's not about the size of the gift or the cost. The gift is unique to each child. The child needs to like it, right? We give gifts that they like. Otherwise, it's not a gift. And we select gifts that fit our child's interests. Um, a gift could also be a special meal. I like to cook special things for my kids, like things that they really like once in a while. And also, giving love coupons is another way of gifting love. I give coupons actually at Christmas time. I say, yeah, unlimited foot rubs or something like that, or a coupon for pizza, things that they like. And then you can also shop for gifts together, right? That's also modeling like generosity and the importance of gift giving and thinking about other people. And then acts of service. Okay, acts of service is basically doing things for others. And Dr. Gary Chapman says parenting is a service-oriented vocation. That's part of our job. The day you found out you would have a child, you enrolled in a full-time service. Isn't that true, parents? It's a 24/7 job. If it feels like slavery, then it means that you need self-care. Like you're doing things for everyone else, but you're not doing enough for yourself. And giving service lasts a long time, and it should be unconditional, right? We're doing things for our kids because we love them, not because we're expecting them to behave well or bribing them to do chores. We do acts of service for them because we are demonstrating love for them. And our children need to feel genuinely loved and cared for. We model service by doing things for others. So maybe you volunteer at church or you tell them that I'm going to bring something for grandma. When you're doing service for others, they also learn how to do service for others. And acts of service is unselfish. So we move our children into independence slowly and we ask them, do you need help? Can I help you? Right? So we do think this is when, as our children are growing up, going through the stages and getting into the teenage years, then we may be doing less for them, but they still need us, right? We may be doing less for them, but we ask them, do you need help? Can I help you with this? And not expect them to know it, right? So when we're doing acts of service, we're still doing acts of service as they get older, but maybe not as much, maybe not all the time, because we are moving them into independence. Okay, how do you know your love language? All right, in the early years, our children need all five love languages. Okay. But in the later years, our children will have two dominant love languages. And you know your child's love language because they give it to us. Um, I knew my oldest love language early on when he was a toddler. And he was telling me a story, and I wasn't listening. In those days, I was like a doer. I was like on my to-do list. I need to get my things done. And I've actually relaxed a lot since then. But um, my oldest son, he was telling a story and I wasn't listening. And then pulled my arm, and I came down to his level, and he took his hands and he put it on my face, and he said, "Mom, will you just listen?" And then that was the moment that I knew quality time is his love language. So our children will demonstrate it. You might have a hugger. You might have a child that's my second son is a hugger, and he likes to be touched. And I used to call them foot rubs, but I would give love rubs, but I would give him love rubs like every night, right? His feet, and it just made him feel loved. So our children will communicate what their love language is. They will give it to us, right? So your child will give you quality time, will be listening and want to know if quality time is theirs. They will give you gifts if the gifting is their love language, or they will affirm you. Mom, you're doing a great job. If affirmation is their love language, so you have to pay attention to what they're giving you, uh, and then you will know what their dominant love languages are. And you can also ask them, like as they get older, like what makes you feel loved? How do you know mom loves you? How do you know that dad loves you? And try to give the love languages in all of the love languages are important. So we try to give some of that to our family every day. And when we give these love languages to our loved ones, it builds connection and it strengthens the bonding in our families. Okay, so that's the love languages, parents. I hope that you learned something new and that inspired you to demonstrate different ways of loving your family. If you need support, you can DM me or email me at annealvares@outlook.com. And you can also check out the School of Humankind website. I have a 9-week Masterful Parenting course with weekly coaching, and it is a really great way to get the support you need on your parenting journey. All right, parents, we will stop here and take questions. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you, parents, for joining the show today. I hope it was valuable and that you have some useful tools to use with your children. If this show blessed you or changed you in any way, I would appreciate a review on my podcast, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or perhaps you could even recommend our masterful parenting to your family and friends. Thank you so much, parents.